All right, so for today, for First Thoughts, we're covering 5 new cards. We're covering really 2 new cards for Drajeweled, 1 generic for Dark States, and then 2 cards for Velstra. We're going to go over both the cards for Velstra right now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, you know what to do. But now let's cover the cards, just to try and get these done pretty quickly. We have the double rare, which is this lad, Blitz Mechanic. Sorry, I don't know why this looks so weird. Alright, we have this other card, which is Blitz Mechanic Balin, who has the effect, when this is placed on Brigade Circle, if you have a Vanguard with Blitz in its card name and your order zone does not have a grade 2 product cost, put a card from hand into your soul, search your deck for up to 1 grade 2 product card, and reveal it and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. Then it has the effect, continue with Guardian Circle. If your order zone has 2 or more products, this unit gets shield plus 5k. So it's not that great of a card, honestly. I was talking to Lupe about this because he, like, one of his favorite decks in the game is Velstra, and he was really excited about particularly the next card we'll talk about, not exactly this card. And that's a very specific reason, because for one, it only searches for a grade 2 product, which means it only searches for Lubetzel, which is the card that, like, on play you soul charge, you draw a card and you soul charge 1, and then also when it's operated you look at top 5. During main phase, you look at top 5, call 1. It's operated during battle phase, you draw. So it's a great card, but like the deck can already search it pretty easily, and most of the time lists played as a 4 of, so you're going to see it regardless. The only time that this guy's actually good is if you're going first, because your ride line, your Strasser only searches based on your opponent's grade. So if you're going first, you'll only find the Kennel, which the Kennel's great, but like it's not as good as Lubetzel. But if you go second, you can search, your opponent's going to be grade 2, so you search for Lubetzel. And to be honest, I don't know if minusing a card from your hand, even if it does go into Soul, is good enough to like justify playing this card. At most, you could probably play this card as like a 1 of. Next up, we have the definite 4 of the deck, or the support, which is Blitz Security Vnest, who says auto, and this unit is placed in Brigade Circle. If you have a Vanguard with Blitz in its card name, choose up to 1 set order from your drop and put it on the bottom of the deck or into Soul. Then, auto Brigade Circle, when your Vanguard with Welstra in its card name and Divine Skill attacks, cost Soul Blast 1 and retire this unit, choose a product in your order zone and operate it. So, this is like a really good card, like no joke. So this card, first of all, it's on place, doesn't care about your Vanguard being Velstra, it cares about Blitz. You can even play as turn 1. Like if you have, like, so let's say you open with a Freischütz, that kind of sucks, right? Because you want to search it off of your Velstra's Divine Skill or your Freiheit. So you discard it for ride, you ride into your grade 1, you call Blitz Security right away, and you immediately put that card on the bottom of the deck so you can search it later. It's also really good like late game if you like have 2 cards in your deck, because keep in mind Velstra does thin like a lot, thins a lot, it draws a lot, and it soul charges. So you will probably be a low deck if you get to that certain point of the game, and you might have 2 cards in your deck and you can't swing the van, so like you can't use your satellite anymore. Now you can actually call this card, and this card can immediately bot deck a set order. But the main thing you want to talk about is the second skill, because it basically gives you an extra operator. It doesn't even care about if it's in like the back row center, or like it just cares if it's on the rear guard circle. So realistically, if you have like 2 to 3 of these, you can use all of them and operate your Freischütz or your Lubetzel again and again and again. And Lupe was actually talking to me about how this changes the attack pattern for Velstra too. There's 2 different routes of attack patterns. So what you can do is you can swing with your Freiheit, you operate Freischütz, then you swing with the other one, you operate Freischütz again, bounce the first Freiheit to call the Freischütz. Then you swing with Velstra, you activate the effect of Blitz Security, you operate the other Freischütz maximum, you bounce the Freiheit, call the Freischütz maximum, and then you operate Velstra. So you'll be able to actually operate before you use Velstra's attack, instead of operating right away with Velstra. So this is like a super good card. It also allows you to be a lot more versatile, because one problem with Velstra is that if you wanted to draw cards off of Lubetzel off your operators, you're losing the minusing power, which gives Velstra its major like win condition, pretty much just minusing your opponent by like 15 every turn. So with this, if you have extra copies of these in the back row, you can not only do the standard minus 15, but then you can draw extra cards off Lubetzel. So this card's great. This card is like a definite 4-of staple. It's done a really good job with Velstra's like triple rares so far, because the Secretary was really good in set 4, and this card's also really good in set 8. So great card. Now let's cover the Drajeweled cards. Not much to talk about with this card. This card is Beautiful Princess of Plasticity. Ardalil. Okay. Auto Rigard Circle once per turn, and this unit attacks the Vanguard. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, cost, put a rearguard with a different card name from this unit into Soul, and this unit gets power plus 5 until end of turn. Not that good. Minusing a rearguard on board for power is like never worth it, unless there's a way to like call rearguards in other Dark States decks, but usually decks that can do that don't care about like open rearguard, but I could be wrong. Please let me know if there's anything I'm forgetting about here. I guess it could be good in like Osa Largest, because you can like shove a rearguard into Soul, shove your like double rare into Soul, and then Soul Blast 2, draw a card. That's like the only deck I can imagine this card actually being good in. Next up, we have a double rare, which is Appearing Nightmare Dimmea, who says, auto, in this unit's placed on Rigard Circle, choose a grade 3 card with Drajeweled in its card name from your ride deck, and you may reveal it. If you reveal the card, or you have a grade 3 or greater card with Drajeweled in its card name, cost, counterblast 1, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose the 1 card with Demonic Stone Dragon in its card name from among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle the deck. If you do not put a card from hand, you soul charge 2. So this is a pretty bad card. Like, I guess this card would have been really good like in one of Drajeweld's first support waves, where it played a bunch of Demonic Stone Dragons, because keep in mind, Demonic Stone Dragons are like Rockarger or the new Restander, or like the Power Gem Drag, or like the other archetypal dragons, Crystal Galer. But Drajeweled and Drajeweled Ignis are Demonic Jewel Dragons, so you can't even search those at all. And the fact that it's a counterblast in a deck that requires a lot of counterblasts. In fact, this is a card that counterblasts to search a card that also counterblasts. And if you whiff, it's not even like you get the counterblast back. You just soul charge 2, which isn't even worth it in Drajeweled, because Drajeweled already gets like tons of like soul charges. It gets soul charge from the grade 3, and it gets Ignis, just puts any 2 cards from your drop into soul. This is a pretty bad card. Like, I just don't think it's very worth it, especially in modern Drajeweled. Like, it's not worth it at all. Next up, we have Demonic Stone Dragon Litho Sagor. This card's really good. I'm gonna basically call it like it is. It's better Rockarger, but I'll go over the skills. Auto, when this unit is placed on Rigard Circle, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Drajeweled in its card name, cost Energy Blast 3 and draw a card. Then auto Rigard Circle once per turn, when this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, if your soul has 4 or more cards with different grades, this unit gets power plus 10k until end of turn. Then auto Rigard Circle, when you soul blast 4 or more cards at the same time for the cost of the ability of your Vanguard with Drajeweled in its card name, cost counterblast 1, stand this unit. So yeah, it's just better Rockarger in like every single way. Not only does it have an on-place skill that allows you to replace itself with a draw, and it doesn't even care if it's like placed from hand. You can place it from like a Zagan skill and then immediately draw a card. So I guess it takes out Tiz cards, and then it has the exact same second skill as Rockarger's first skill, where it attacks grade 3 or greater, gets 10k till end of turn. So that's already really good. And then his restand looks very similar to Rockarger, but it's actually way better because you can use it when you're going first. Now, I don't know if you'll always use Drajeweled Soul Blast 4. In fact, I don't think if they were going first, they even really bothered, because the opponent was just going to no-guard it anyways. Or, like, and you might not have had the soul set up. But with this, it encourages you to actually do that. Like, Drajeweled can actually get 5 attacks going first, which is actually pretty scary considering the fact you're at 1. So this is obviously no questions asked. This is just like a really, really strong card. Definitely the strongest card for Drajeweled in this set, and really the strongest card it could have gotten. I understand that it's getting a like Regalis piece in in his master deck set, but like, I don't know, this is like such a good card. Now the main question, and I'm sure Drajeweled players will tell me, is that do you play like 4 copies of, you obviously play 4 copies of this, but do you play 4 copies of this, 4 copies of Varpula, and then how many copies of Rock? Do you even play Rock? Do you cut Rock? Or do you keep them in and have basically 12 Restanders in your deck? Or do you cut a few Rockargers and leave a few of them in just to save on some space? Because with this card, with Rockarger, with like Bifrons, with Nocturzio, you're getting a ton of cards that use CB and not a lot of counterchargers. So I'm a little curious about how that's going to work, but I'm excited to see what Drajeweled players cook. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the support wave for these cards. Let me know what you think about really the triple rares. Like, those are the only important cards in the set. There's a reason why I made the thumbnail look the way it does. But just, yeah, let me know what you think about these cards. Let me know if there's something I'm missing with like these lower rarity cards. And let me know about how your builds are going to go for both Drajeweled and Welstra. But yeah, guys, with that being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.